If you're watching this, it's probably through a haze. You can't remember your last full night of sleep. Your eyes feel like sandpaper when you blink. And you're this close to clicking on that Gmail ad for caffeine pills infused with jaguar hormones and hummingbird probiotics. Let us give you a little sleep training primer. Sleep training is the process of teaching a baby to fall asleep on its own without your intervention. It's actually more about teaching them to self-soothe rather than teaching them to sleep. It's important to first understand a little about infant sleep and how it's different from adult sleep. From the first moments of life, we sleep and wake in cycles. A newborn's sleep cycles are short, about 45 minutes, whereas adults are several hours long. And newborns' brains haven't yet gained the ability to connect the sleep cycles into one long, restful stretch. What you're really doing with sleep training is not training your child to extend sleep cycles. That'll happen naturally on its own as they grow. But rather, it's teaching your child to soothe herself through those short bursts of wakefulness and go back to sleep without a parent's help. Sleep training is best timed to coincide with your child's cognitive development. Any of these methods should probably not be considered before the 3rd month, when children are too young to go without food for long periods of time and are still developmentally too immature to be taught habits. By 6 months, they should have dropped night feeds and are developmentally able to sleep for longer stretches at night, and they have the cognitive ability to form associations and learn behavior. There are a lot of strong opinions about sleep training. Some people argue that sleep training teaches a valuable life skill. Other people say sleep training is unnatural and unnecessarily stressful for the child. The truth is, by the age of 2, most children have naturally developed the ability to self-soothe, and there's little difference in sleep patterns between sleep-trained and non-sleep-trained children by this age. There's no difference at all by the age of 6. There's also no evidence that sleep training harms babies. In fact, the most recent and compelling research concluded no long-term negative effect on parent-child attachment or baby's emotional and behavioral well-being. So the question is really, is it worth it for you? Because this is a cost-benefit analysis that only you can answer, and it's just as much about your needs as it is about your child's. If you decide to take the plunge, know this: all sleep training methods depend on commitment and consistency. If you're not a fan of those, don't bother with any of this because it won't work. But assuming commitment and consistency are your middle names and you're really going to give this a shot, let us break it down for you. There are really only 2 types of sleep training: parent-led and child-led. Guns blazing and diplomacy. Ripping off the band-aid and slow burn. No, we kid. But really, all sleep training methods fall on a spectrum between the fast, high-impact parent-led options and the slower, more gradual child-led options. Parent-led methods are for those people who need a fix and they need it now. These methods, also commonly called Ferberizing or cry it out, get you the most bang for your buck. With these methods, once you start, you will not tend to your child or pick him up when he cries. Proponents of these methods claim that your baby will learn to self-soothe and fall back asleep alone within 5 nights. There will be tears of at least one baby and probably an adult or 2, and it will be difficult for a few nights. But the reward is a baby who knows how to self-soothe almost immediately. Child-led methods are for the fainter of heart. These methods include those known as fading or pick up, put down, and include slowly moving your child through the process of no longer needing you as a sleep crutch. These gradual methods are slower, and parents may need to spend countless hours sitting in a dark room, inching further and further away from a tired baby. But they are less of a jolt for the baby, so there will be fewer tears. These methods are not for the parent who is already at his wit's end or needs to be well rested at work like tomorrow. They take time and patience, things that are already in short supply. Just remember, whether or not you sleep train, you and your child will be okay.